Hello everybody, this is James T. Clement coming to you with another episode of my reaction and review show. So, much like other reaction and review shows, we do watch a movie, we give our thoughts about it, but where we are a little bit different. My background is 38 years in narrative film, actually. And so I thought it would be interesting to approach these from that standpoint. So kind of checking out the technicals of it, looking into it a little bit deeper than your typical fan would. The other catch to what I do here is that I don't have any interest in mainstream Hollywood movies for this show. My interest is for independent filmmakers who work outside the Hollywood system and don't really get a lot of support from them or even YouTube for that matter. Folks that may be having trouble finding an audience. For a long time, this has been kind of something that's really bothered me as a narrative filmmaker myself, getting my work out there in front of people, and we're finally seeing some success with our newest film, scpketer. I would like to encourage you to go check that out as soon as we're done here on our channel, same channel as this one that you're watching this on. Everybody's really, well, a lot of people have really been enjoying it, and we'd like to see if we can get you to enjoy it as well. And it's also kind of, at this point, a part one. We've actually got another story that we're working on that would directly follow up scpketer, called SCP Breach, and I won't get into too many details about that right now, except to say that we are putting together a crowdfunding campaign, and we hope you guys will participate, because when this movie is finished, you're going to be glad you did. Okay, so today's movie is called The Spark, and the channel that it is on is called Dust, so D-U-S-T. The director of this film is called MarcoPavanello. And I'm probably butchering that name. I am very sorry. I'm terrible with pronouncing these names and whatnot. But go to the Dust channel, give them a like, give them a subscribe after you've watched this and after you've watched scpketer. So we're going to get into this. We're going to get into Dust. I have a feeling that this... Oh, don't you keep biting on my cord. Sorry, Shy was trying to bite my cord here. I suspect there's going to be a lot of CGI in this. By the way, working the mouse for me today is the great Cheney. So there he is. He's going to be working the mouse for me. And I think Shy's trying to jump up in my lap and watch the movie with me. You want to watch the movie with me, baby? You want to watch the movie with me and Cheney? Okay, so we're going to get into Spark. And let's play. Are you just going to go to sleep? I think she's just going to go to sleep here. Put her right there. Okay, so as I suspected, we've got some CGI going on here. But that's okay, it looks pretty good. Turn this down just a little bit here. Alright, so the workers of the future, guys, there you go. I'm trying to figure out if the background is also CGI. Like, I'm not sure. This may be a fully CGI movie. Now, by the way, that's not a problem as long as a human being did it. I have seen some films that are written and created by all artificial intelligence. I'm just here to tell you I've got no interest in that whatsoever. None. And I likely will never cover one of those films on this show, because I'm here to try to help people find an audience, and I'm not going to be able to do that for a computer. So we definitely live in a post-apocalyptic world, it would appear. No idea what happened. I feel like already going into this, because I've seen this a couple of times, that this is going to be another one of those movies that I wish we had about 10 extra minutes, so that we could get some better context on what's going on here. Why is this world, all we're seeing is these robots moving around doing things? I mean, is this a Terminator style deal? Did they wipe out humans and everybody's dead now and these guys are running the world? I don't know. They don't look menacing like say a T-800 from the Terminator series, but it wouldn't really matter. A robot doesn't have to look menacing to be extremely dangerous. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we've established the world. Let's get on with it. Okay. So the CGI looks really good, but some of the motion is a little bit off. which is fine. I do an animated series myself called The Event, also available on my channel, and it's the same situation. I'm not even a CGI artist, but it happens all the time. But this is also why I'm a big fan of practical effects. Like when we did scpketer, there was almost no CGI used in that film. I mean, yeah, we used CGI for the helicopter insertion scene, but that's because I'm not going to be able to get my hands on 3 Chinooks and 2... Okay, so a robot's down. And he's holding a cube of some kind. There's been no dialogue at this point. The lighting in general looks good. Again, I think this is going to end up being a fully CGI movie, though. So, really, if that stuff was bad, then you really, really went the wrong direction. Okay, here we're getting a little backstory, I think. That looks good. It looks good. I'll tell you what, you got either you are or work with a very fine CGI artist. If I was to ever use CGI in one of my films, you guys, I would very much welcome you into the fold, because this is great. Okay, so we got something that's showing up on radar. I'm not sure what that is. I actually would like it, you know, and we've talked about this before, like with the Siren Head movie, where I thought the actor that was in that needed a companion. It would be good in this case, too, if this robot had a companion of some sort, maybe another robot that it could bounce back and forth with and give us some context about what's going on. Because here it's completely left to the imagination. And because I think this is something that, you know, Marco himself came up with versus a fan film, there's no way for us to know that information. I really like this when I can run across a film that's not a fan film. A lot of what we do here is fan films because that's just the way it is. And but this right here, I think this is his own thing he's trying to do here, I think. Because I don't recall seeing any of this in any other films. Okay, there was a city within a wall, so this is in the very far future. It looks like the wall didn't do him any good. It's like inside of Jabba's palace there. You know, back when we had good Star Wars. Alright, so the robot's leaving the city. Might as well, ain't nothing there. Everything's broke down and dead. The robot design's really cool. I like it a lot. And for this to be just all CGI, it looks really nice. I mean, I wish I could get my CGI to look this photo accurate, but it is what it is. I'm not a CGI artist, so that's why I don't try. That's why I try not to use it in my movies if I can help it, because I just know it's a crapshoot. But the backgrounds and stuff, I mean, if these are CGI generated, they are very well done. I will say that. Like I would just totally buy this as a location. Absolutely. Okay, so that was, I guess he's returning to the side of where the battle happened, maybe? I'm assuming, just based on the little bit that we're being given here, that there's been some kind of war between these machines here and the humans didn't do so well. So we got a little bit of a Terminator style thing happening here, but that's cool. I mean, it ain't like Terminator's trying to tell the story anymore, so Spark might as well pick it up. That is an intense storm in the background there. I think this robot better get to cover, or he's going to be finished after that thing hits. There is no way that does not mess him up. That's a whopper there, son. You better move, boy. A little bit faster than that. Like he can hear me. He ain't gonna make it. I'm surprised he's still functioning. I would have thought that dust and stuff would have really messed him up. Of course, now he does make a different sound now that he's moving, so he may be messed up. It's not the same sound effects we saw earlier. I just don't know where this robot's going. It's like it just left the city and it's just walking out into the desert right now. This is honestly almost coming across more like a effects reel than a film, because I have no clue what's going on story-wise right now. I mean, the robot, I guess, is remembering this battle. Are we trying to say the robot has regrets about it? I'm not really sure why he would even bother trying to remember it. Uh-oh. Okay, so we might be going somewhere here then. Maybe I just didn't give it enough time. Okay. Phone ringing. Uh-oh, low battery. Well, you're kind of screwed, buddy, because you walked 20 miles out into the woods, or out into the jungle here. It's amazing it didn't dawn on this robot to take a power cell to recharge or something. Generally speaking, these robots would probably have a pretty good idea of how much time they have left before they just shut down like this guy just did. Yeah, that looks like a location. So if that's CGI, that's really good. Okay, so I guess he solar charges. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, so he charges via solar. Which, of course, that storm coming through would have messed him up, because there wouldn't have been no sun. Hey, living things. So if these robots have attacked, they haven't wiped all life out. I just saw birds there, so they're safe at least. Okay, so that's a... Is that a structure or a robot? Okay. I think those are robots. Or maybe not, I don't know. Alright. Okay. Alright. Interesting. So he walks over the hill and the world is alive and green here on this side of the hill. That's interesting. Yeah, if this is CGI, your backgrounds look amazing, Marco. So if you did that or whoever did that for you, and that's it. All right, Marco.
Subscribe to
listen, good work as far as the CGI goes. It looked really amazing, but I'm not understanding the story you're going for here. Obviously, the robot left the city. I think, again, this is one of those that we need about another 10 minutes of direct context to be given for, you know, what we're looking at or whatever. I mean, the CGI is absolutely beautiful. Now, some of the motion here and there is a little bit wonky, but in very, very few spots. Like, I know when the robot dropped through the hole, when he hit the ground and kind of fell over, that looked a little bit phoned in. But your backgrounds look amazing. But this does really come across more like a demo reel to me than a film. And so we really could have used that extra 10 minutes as far as context. I suspect there's been some kind of battle between the humans and these robot things that we're seeing here, and the robots came out on top. And maybe the humans wiped a lot of stuff out with our nukes or whatever. I don't know. You know us, we like to nuke stuff in these movies. Okay, well, that's it. I can't really talk about any sound per se because there was no dialogue. Not really. It was all just sound effects. But those were great. Everything looked great. Everything sounded great. Everything looked great. There just wasn't a story here that I saw. So that's my big complaint with it. And I think this was 100% CGI, so some of the backgrounds look absolutely amazing, but I don't know what we were doing here is the only problem. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being awful and 10 being the best, I'm going to give this one a 6 just because of the absence of a story understanding on my part. But that's it. That's the only thing I'm docking it for. Everything else looked amazing. I'm not even docking any of the wonky motion. It all looked fantastic. It's certainly better CGI than I could do. Alright guys, well that'll wrap up this episode. So just want to invite you again, go to my channel. You should see the link for scpketer here in mere seconds pop up. Give it a look-see and help support us for part 2 when we release the details on that. Alright folks, well that's it for me for this episode. That was The Spark. Be sure that you go over to Dust's YouTube page and give them a subscribe, and the link to the original film is down in the description. See ya.